or age of death, you know there's something to discuss. And your wife serves you food, and as you take her to eat that food, your wife just said, honey, eat quick, we need to talk. You don't lose appetite. It's not that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Edward Jack Cross is my name. Thank you.
Thank you very much. MOG, aka Across the Wall. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, the Yabbies. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to recognize the presence of District Governor nominee designated for Rotary International District 9111, Ade Oyineko. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you very much for joining us at this time. I will say congratulations. Thank you. We'd also like to recognize the presence of the #1 Rotary, Rotary District 9112. My DG will say that is the other three of the Rotaractors. Rotaractor Atitsebi Ismail, PHF. Please put your hands together for him. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. May I also recognize another very powerful and exemplary leader, the immediate past district governor for Rotary International District 9111. The very handsome man, 70 but looking 27, our very own IPDG, Dr. Jide Kokoyi. Oluwole Kokoyi, sincere apologies. Dr. Oluwole Kokoyi, you are cited, sir, and Reverend Mrs. Ma, you are cited. Apologies.
Blood pressure.
I need to drink water.
Malaria. I'm sure something is working. Thank you.
Apologies, sir. Thank you very much for joining us at this time. All right, without much ado, we'll move straight into the next item on the agenda. Yes, we have another comedian in the house. We'll have that shortly before we hear from the chairman of today's event.
It's back-to-back comedy because we know that it's a serious deal. I don't like debit a lot. I like credit a lot, but somehow, but when you're happy, you just keep releasing the money. The money just lives. So we need to ensure that we crack everything.
Men, when they know that it's the woman, it's not fair. They're not being fair to men, but it's okay. It is a woman's world, and we have to roll with it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are being
roll today, so we want you all happy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, His Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a comedian, I'm a social commentator, and I'm a proud Nigerian. I am contemplating on, I won't have a choice, because this is like the 10th or 11th time I'm performing at Rotary events, and you guys are organized, awesome, you keep to time, and I'm proud. Maybe very soon I will join you. Can you please put your wonderful hands together for this wonderful Rotary for that wonderful one? I'm not here to do joke, I'm just here to greet people and take a walk, because I'm a proud Nigerian. Hey! That is the only tribe in Nigeria as a comedian. Hey! That is the only tribe in Nigeria as a comedian I will never yap. I yap Yoruba man for day. Now if the woman come to me say, my brother, I say, now we dey yap for day. We go sleep for night, me and you. I say, He said, you get day, and we get night to go on. First and password, Quaco, ATM now dispense to. First and password, Quaco, ATM now dispense to you. You don't get problem. I said, from back, we dagger. I tell you, why you, machine swallow my child want to give me my money. One night, me and you have to die here. I don't expect to approach you say don't give money than my own. Which other tribe I ever get? My favorite tribe in Nigeria, Calabas. I'm married. Daddy, have you observed Calabar, the only tribe in the world that their names sound like pastors? Utu is the pastors of Utek. Ufot is the pastors of Ufite. What about Ubot? Calabar, the only people in Nigeria that can never be successful robber. Why? Because of the way they talk. If I'm robber and you buy the entire, everybody comes from it. In Igbo, because everybody else up. How Calabar will take up the way they talk? You go come out and like this. If you know by you, if you know by you, I'm going to be happy to get the same thing I must have. You know, if you say for police salary, Calabar don't need pardon. People in Nigeria have got attention. And at parties, if you are going to say, well, attention, how Calabar will say, I can't listen. But I do not go here. That's good. Then the only tribe in Nigeria, anywhere there is cheer, they are there. But it's not love. You don't want to get some for soup. We will not so love. You don't want to get some for soup. We will not so. Atarelo, go back away. Every time you want to talk around our share, I can get a vision to do. Every time you want to talk around our share, I can get a vision to do. You remember that time when they formed antenna for television, antenna, cheap plastic with Fundraiser, Atipako, and you come around and hit that, you won't get inside, I need to give information. And you show, oh my God, you remember saying that television, mommy, that television don't carry votes. You get the way with the turn you go turn back, if you break, you go put fire. You remember, we fire, over color and our decibel. Why am I showing anybody? Why do we not together do poverty? I want you to call it, because we call poverty will not be your portion. That is why children of nowadays, they amaze me. I don't know just children of nowadays, they don't know eyesight. You are talking to your child nowadays, you do like this. They'll be like, mommy, what's wrong with your eye? Our own time when we are growing up, our mother, they don't even talk. They just do talk, and you know the meaning. Your mother call you a Shagun, you get meaning. They call you Shagun, hey, you get meaning. If your mother call you this one, Shagun, she now is. Not for her go, she's planning to assassinate you. Children of nowadays, you go to party, they will order food before their mother. But what do you care for? Please give me rice, shawarma. I want it spicy. I'm not eating. I was 7 years old. Our own time. They are not everywhere. If you reach party, what do you go chop? The waist to your back, they look you. What do you go chop? You go like this. Your mama like this. Jail. If you jump up there, something else will chop you at home. I do not teach children nowadays when you beat them, you be the one to beg them. Why be like, they'll be like, mommy, tell me sorry. Our whole time, it's not their fault, mother. You know why? It's the name of their food. Fisoko, cereal, shawarma pizza, Cold Stone ice cream. That's why they are carrying with swag. Even our own time, you know the name of the food, you know you are in trouble. When they are kokoro, they come up to one, but they are pepper, bread and pewa. And the kind of food where all of us chop here when we small. The only difference, you know what shop I mean? Everyone. That is the first time in your life you will decide you want to stay alive or you want to die. When the woman come up her head here, come out and say the next thing, she now make this statement, everyone store water for when they give it to that woman, you will decide you want to die. Once you block your mouth, block your nose, turn you upside down, they can block you, control like this. They never block your nose, they get blind. They are also effort issue, they will not put plenty back. You don't want to fire. One woman will just go outside. When they block your nose, you go, before you know, you don't do 25 people apart. When they give you that stand, you stand. You be like saying, you don't tire. Why you don't go tire? Who do you want to keep? After they come out, they will not be like, they will shut up. They will not pour you water. When they pour you water, the most annoying passer, they will not put powder or moju. They will not put rice. You will not be like what you do. They will not offer the sediment. Wow, Peter, oh my son. Because they need to. And that's the issue. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pastor. Thank you very much. I'm really honored to be here.
Thank you very much.
We're having a good time tonight. Smile on your faces.
People here will not feel it. Alright, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I believe you're having a very good time here right now. And on this note, we shall be bringing on board philanthropist that doesn't look back. He's a global citizen, just in case you don't know. I'm talking about IOFRLLD. Ladies and gentlemen, turn your hands together as we welcome on stage the chairman of this occasion.
Man that has committed and given his life to service. We can give a standing ovation. This is the first governor in Nigeria, the first governor we ever had in Nigeria, and he's still serving years and decades after. By the way, just for information, he was 40 years old when he became the governor. And look at more than 4 decades later, he's still standing and giving service to humanity.
Yes, the founder and chairman of Julie PLC, the first indigenous company to be listed on Nigeria Stock Exchange. You can tell that he's a businessman par excellence, a man with many pieces.
We honor you, we celebrate you.
Thank you very
We
much.
appreciate you,
Ladies and gentlemen of distinction, please be seated. May I thank the leadership of District 9112 for inviting me to this occasion. I thank you, Governor Larry, and your dear wife, Hajan. I would like to appreciate the chairman and the members of the organizing committee led by PDG Jide. You've done a good job, and I'm sure you have made the distinguished people by your side happy. Distinguished leaders of Rotary, distinguished Rotarians, please put your hands together to appreciate the Rotary International President-elect and the trustee of the Rotary Foundation. Actually, I want them both to be upstanding so that we can see them in Bliss and Pearl and face the crowd. Face the crowd. You are the ambassadors of. I would prove to you that he is not only RIPE, but that he is very ripe for the job of President-elect. God will guide you as the time approaches. This is Yinka Kabanda, but in some
Chinese literature. He is called Yin Babalago. That's how international it is. Today is a day devoted to the Rotary Foundation. Therefore, you will permit me to recognize the fellows who are Jide Akeredolu, UK AK, AKS, Harry Adeyeri, AKS, and to the AKS. Is there any other AKS that I have not mentioned here? On behalf of our Rotary International District here, I greet you all AKS persons. By the way, RIPE Yinka is a man of example. He's a pragmatic man. He doesn't just make speeches. He puts his mouth where his money is. And he and his wife, Prima, are AKS. Please give them a round. I have no doubt that we're going to go off to the level that's a bit higher sooner than we think. May God make it possible for you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before I go, let me appreciate a young man who is the guest speaker. He has spoken very well. Sam Akirede. We are not surprised. His daddy and I used to be very active in the Chamber of Commerce, and he was a very, very erudite person. Well done for your well-researched paper. Just briefly, I want to speak briefly about the Rotary Foundation and Nigeria. If we will have people listen. Now, from the facts and figures, the Rotary Foundation has been very committed to Nigeria, especially in the last 6 years. The Rotary Foundation has committed millions of dollars to Nigeria during the last 6 years. the Rotary Foundation spent a lot of money on polio plus, to the extent that the chairman of Polio Plus in Nigeria, his work was recognized, talking of PEG, so recognized that Time magazine announced him as one of the 100 most influential persons in the world. That is the work of the Rotary Foundation that has invested massively in Nigeria. The Rotary Foundation has given a great deal, and Nigeria is one of the top recipients. The Rotary Foundation decided to choose a very dynamic past district governor and put her on the board of trustees. I'm talking of her, a lady of action, a lady of passion, and a lady of compassion. You are representing Nigeria and that international board. May God give you the wisdom to excel. There are some challenges for us in Nigeria to perform to the expectation of the Rotary Foundation. Like we say, economic pressures, like we say, variables in currency, like we say, the capacity to raise funds, even things like stewardship report to the Rotary Foundation. Where there is a will, there is a way, and Nigerians have the will. And this is what takes me to Yinka. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, look at the top funding nations to Rotary International and the Rotary Foundation. They include US, Canada, Germany, Korea, Thailand, Japan, UK. Those are the top 10. Nigeria is not there. However, Nigeria is on the top 10 of the recipients. And to whom much is given, much is expected. Much has been given to Nigeria. Now, those countries I have mentioned, which is why I'm coming to Yinka, the presidents selected from those countries have what the Spanish people call derecho premusivo, which translates to what we know as bragging rights. Please listen. If somebody becomes president and is of American origin, he has bragging rights. If he comes from Gambia, for example, he is only there for decoration. what I am saying to each and every one of you, Nigerians, leaders, district governors, and district governors from other districts here, is to make sure that when Yinka becomes president, he has the retro, the bragging rights. But you cannot have the bragging rights unless we do well in the three major arms of Rotary development. One is membership, strong members, strong districts, strong Rotary. Secondly, significant contribution to Rotary Foundation. We are not doing well in that direction. Thirdly, the projects. Oyinka cannot do it on his own. For 5 years, I have been preaching the gospel that in order for anybody from Nigeria as president to have a bragging right, they need a solid support from the Nigerian base. They can only have that support if we have strong members, if we have healthy contribution to the Rotary Foundation. That's why I think your raising funds this evening is all right. I will suggest though that we realize in Nigeria that the world is looking at us. If you take a profile of presidency for Rotary International, the last 106 presidents, 70 of them are from the North American region. 14 of them are from Europe, 13 are from Asia, 10 are from Latin America, 7 are from New Zealand, Australia, and only 2 are from Africa. And of those 2, both are from Nigeria. Please give yourself a round of applause. Now, it means that Nigeria is strategic. But Nigeria cannot be strategic in name only. We are trying to raise funds. A dinner is good to raise funds. I support it. But we have reached a stage now in Nigeria where we have to devise other options. In the 70s, the Indians took a decision that they would become relevant in international organizations. They raised funds, and presidents from India have their ritual. That is bragging rights. In 1986, I saw this myself. I was representing the president of Rotary International in Rio at their district conference. And I know that as early as that, they have decided that they will also make a difference. Today, Brazilian presidents, if you check them out, have the rate. This is our second attempt at the presidency. We have no excuse for not having bragging rights. We have the right material for president. We have the right environment. We are saying that there is no money when we ask for it. It may very well be that we're not using the best method to raise the funds. And we don't have quality people in the environment. It may very well be that we're not using the right method. There are plenty of talented people in Nigeria who can become strong Rotarians. And the Nigerian monetary system is very liquid. Look at the papers today. Somebody is 50 years old and has taken 50 pages of a newspaper just to say hi and congratulations. So when you tell people outside Nigeria that you have a difficulty, they wouldn't criticize you, but they say you're not serious yet. To raise serious money, therefore, you must note the following. We can go with our dinners, but we must now realize that the dinner does not raise serious money. I'll give you an example. Lagos Business School is a very solid university. They do not make dinners. Augustine University just had somebody giving them over 1 billion. Many institutions have buildings in their various properties. They did not have dinners to have these monies coming. You know what? We may have to revise our paradigm. I'll give you a hint. For example, in Europe, they have now discovered that 30 is the new 70. In other words, 30-year-olds are now given as big cash as 70-year-olds, especially those of them in technology. Why can't we as Rotarians get to know these younger people? In some parts of the world, motor actors are used to make these contacts. Secondly, we've been singing a song of 3 T's for ages: time, talent, and treasure. Old-fashioned. We should be singing a song of 5 T's now. The first 3 we know: time, talent, and treasure. For the 4th one, you need ties. T-I-E-S. In other words, those who have networking capacity. You want to contact someone, they have the networking capacity. Select them. And the last T, 5th T, is testimony. Also known as advocacy. One of the big problems in Nigeria is that Rotary and its foundation is underreported. Many who can give don't know sufficiently about the foundation. Even in some districts, some Rotarians don't know what it's all about. Some people are giving serious money when you contact them. Apart from the 5 T's, you need the 3 P's for the people. That is presence. Not all somebody is coming to see you. If you send some letter somewhere, they may not open doors. But if you are told that the big young man is coming, so now we have plenty of people with presence. Next one is purpose. People who have purpose, who know what they're going to market. Next is planning. Good planners. I would, and that has to do with passion. So we're talking of presence, passion, and purpose. I'm saying all this because it's an opportunity for me to reawaken some of you. President Lincoln has only about 509 days between today and the end of his tenure. There is no time. We cannot go on with business as usual. If we want, of course we can be president, spend your 365 years, and you're past president. But we don't want a president like that from Africa. We want to make sure that this year Ghana is prepared and have the direction. As I keep saying to you, it's important for us therefore to start work straight away. You know, a young man called Leach Reggie. Some of you may have heard of him. He's an author. And he says, success is not the result of spontaneous combustion. You must first set yourself on fire. In other words, you must have the passion. It's only in the dictionary that success comes from work. You must set yourself on fire. Read the book by Paul Percy Harris, My Road to Rotary. He sets himself on fire at least 8 years before starting Rotary with no fire. Look at it, a more familiar example, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein, also in 1905, November 21st, announced his theory of relativity. But he has set himself on fire 11 years earlier before reaching that conclusion. E is equal to mc squared, where E, any mathematicians? What is M? What is C? M is mass, yes. What is E? Look at it. Bosses of Rotary just looking at me. That's why I'm saying that we don't have this information. You must have presumption, you must have purpose, you must have. And the point I'm making therefore is that he set himself on fire 11 years earlier. We have only 509 days. In another 4 months, Yinka will start. Right now, the referee is behind him saying, on your mark. He's getting set. He should get up on the 1st of July. You cannot do it alone. No matter how good you are, you need followers. If a snake comes to this room going alone, everybody will crowd around and kill it. When the snake comes, you will never know that it's it. The room will scatter. What I want you to do, one of the reasons I came to the chairman is to really appeal to each and every one of you that we will support this person to make an impact that's enduring in the next 509 days. Much is expected of him. You can do much. We are behind you. And I hope your committee is here. Tunji is here, is in chair of the body of governors. Something has to be done quickly. It can be done. It will be done. You will support. Check out somebody called Victor Hugo. He's the Shakespeare of the French hemisphere. He wrote very many books, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, like Les Miserables. Now, one of his famous quotes says, and listen to this, he says, c'est là la mort, c'est là la vie. Truth. I hope you are listening to what I'm saying. C'est là la mort. C'est là la vie. Toute douleur, toute facilité songs inspire, they have trouble. In other words, the best thing that can happen to you in the world is as follows. Listen. Is to give as much as you can when you are alive, to sacrifice as much as you can without expecting any return. My prayer for each and every one of you is that you will become true Rotarians who know the true meaning and essence of Rotary. True Rotarians who have come to the world to be of service. True Rotarians who believe in the essence of doing good. True Rotarians who know that doing good is good business. True Rotarians who will serve without asking returns. I urge you to please revisit yourselves. New year, new self, new approach to life. No, don't let this year pass without you saying to yourself, I have been of service. I have set myself on fire to achieve. I look around now and see all of you, right from the MCs, to the musicians, to the guests. You are all people of service. And my prayer is, may Rotary friends and Rotary ways help us all to serve humanity for the rest of our days. So that was done. Thank you.
Wow. Can we put our hands together for the chairman of today's occasion, the Doyen himself, the past district governor, Prince Dr. Julius Adelusi Adeli, MNI OFR LLD. Please keep jamming your hands together for him. Indeed, we are proud to have a leader like him.
A man who embodies service. He's not just a gospel preacher, the preacher of the gospel of service. He lives, he acts, he drinks, he eats service.
The encyclopedia of Rotary knowledge. Thank you so much. So we'll move on straight quickly to the next item, which will be done by the DJ and the entire team. Thank you very much.
Please be seated. Thank you. Please be seated. If you believe that you have been enriched by the well-researched speech of Doyen, and if your answer not too busy, please give him another round of applause.